The matter that I was quite interested in that you didn't have time to deal with is really the extent to which domestic law can influence international law. And in your section on human rights, you do refer to the United Nations Human Rights Framework, which is unusual in allowing non-state actors such as civil society, of course, to make complaints, etc. But you also refer to a number of domestic law cases, which are grounded, of course, in domestic law as well as in the agenda case, the European Human Rights Framework. To what extent do you think international law is influenced or can be influenced by domestic practice?
It can be observed that there has been state practice in bringing states and private actors accountable or be held liable in domestic courts. And this can be vital or crucial in influencing international law. For example, in the case of the Philippines, we have Greenpeace versus Exxon, and this is an ongoing case. We have 12,000 petitioners, Filipino petitioners, and these petitioners invoke the UN Guiding Principles on Business and Human Rights and the Maastricht Principles. These principles focus on the role of states in regulating the conduct of businesses. Particularly, these businesses primarily are mandated in not interfering with our human rights. And since the right to live in a healthy environment is a well-recognized human rights, accordingly, businesses should desist or cease from committing actions that would threaten our right to life. So in this case, Your Excellency, given the pattern that in the domestic level, citizens are now bringing the states themselves in cases where the states would fail to regulate the conduct of businesses or private actors, it is possible that it can influence international law.
Do you think that approach would be enhanced by the International Court of Justice making statements of a more general nature about the a need for an international level, some kind of principle of environmental protection? Or is it best left to progress forest protection in a sectoral manner or under a particular treaty regime? So that's my first question.
Thank you for your question. And as regards to your question about the statement of about the advisory opinion of the court, yes, we deem it that it is important for that the court issue an advisory opinion, although in general terms, because there are certain areas in both national and international legal remedies and legal policies as regards climate change. And an advisory opinion from the International Court of Justice will clear some of these gray areas with regard the national and the international policies combating climate crisis, Your Excellency.